Is it FIFA time now? It is FIFA time now. All right, hold on. Hold on, chat. This is what you be waiting for. FIFA. We got some stuff to talk about, all right, chat? We got some stuff to talk about for FIFA 20. We got some. I'm gonna do like this. I've never done a direct comparison. We could do something interesting here. We're going to do something very interesting here for FIFA 20. Let's set this up. What we're going to do, I'm gonna have FIFA running on my PS4, FIFA 19 running on my PS4. I'm gonna be in a game, and then I'm gonna do the same thing on the Switch, and then we're gonna swap between, and we're gonna see how what the differences are like. What do you reckon, Chad? That'd be interesting, right? That'd be interesting, right? What do you think? 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 Because we got some stuff to say about FIFA 20 on Switch. We got some stuff to say that you lot should all be aware of. Okay, so I'm gonna pause that there. So that's the PlayStation version setup. So now I'm going to. I hope this doesn't break my capture. Hold on. What have I got my on? Okay. Now we're gonna go here. All right, let's do it. We're ready. And then halfway through, like a game, we'll flip just to see. So I want everybody to have their eyes open to see, like, if they can see the difference and stuff. I need your energy and power and everything right now, chat, because I'm blind as a bat and like it's kind of hard to tell. Um, okay, let's do this. Chat, we are checking out FIFA 20 on the Nintendo Switch. Don't forget, this was a press copy provided by the publisher EA. Keep that in mind. This is going to be our first look at FIFA on the Nintendo Switch. We have got some caveats to talk about before we cover this game. There's loads of conversation, talk, drama, whatever you want to call it, around this game that we should address first of all. Um, so this is called FIFA 20 Legacy Edition. The reason they EA called it FIFA 20 Legacy Edition, this is basically FIFA 19. This is basically FIFA 19 just with like updated squads and like cover art, and they fixed a few bugs. To FIFA's credit, they put out a statement to let everybody know the reason we're calling it FIFA Legacy Edition. They said there's not going to be no big gameplay changes. We're just fixing a few bugs. And they basically said in their statement, this is FIFA 19. Um, so yeah, so they called it FIFA 20, but it's basically FIFA 19. Now we got we gotta go back and talk about FIFA 19 and FIFA 20. So first of all, I haven't played any of the FIFA games on Switch. This is gonna be my first one I'm covering. But I play a lot of the FIFA games on PlayStation and the other consoles. Um, so looking back at FIFA 19, I looked at other people's review coverage, and because obviously I didn't play it on the Switch, um, it was getting like sevens and eights. People said, well, the reviewer said that it was a competent port. Yeah, obviously it wasn't as good graphically and all features wise as his bigger brother ports, but everything we've been covering Switch, that's like a going trend, right? The console isn't as powerful enough. So everything, or even all the ports we've covered today, most of them, if you want to go graphically compared apples for apples, obviously is not going to hold up. So I'm not really, gonna judge FIFA for the Switch based on that. Like I totally understand is on the Switch, is a portable system slash home console. So um, that's actually why I decided to get FIFA and check it out, because I've been playing FIFA less and less over the recent years. Not because I don't like FIFA anymore. I just can't be bothered to dedicate like a whole TV screen just because I want to have a quick kickabout. Does that make sense? Um, so that's why I decided to get and check it out portably because I want to play portably. I don't want to play it on my big screen anymore. Now, when we look at football games on the Switch, unfortunately, EA is the only one that is making a football game on Switch because Konami is like haven't bought Pro Evo to Switch yet. They even this year they said, they just put out some statement basically they're still not doing anything. So that also means EA can basically do what they want because they're the only game in town to make a football game for the Switch. And like, I honestly think like for a football game, portably how do I put this? I want to play a football game on the go, portable. Like, regardless of how you feel about FIFA or like what they do every year, if it's incremental upgrade, like that's the reason I got a Switch. I think like that's like 80% of the buzz of Switch is being able to play these games portably. So I want to play FIFA and the fact that I want to play it portably. So that's what it's got going for it. And that's what works. So let's get back to this issue of Legacy Edition. So this is the third FIFA that they've put out on Switch now. Um, there was 17, there was 18, 19, and 20. 18 was their first one, so it had a few issues according to the reviewers. It seems like with last year's one, they got a lot of the stuff right. They didn't upgrade it enough from 18, so it was incremental changes. And now this year, the reviewers didn't let them get away with it because when I say Legacy Edition, that's not me like memeing about they must have made some changes. No, it's literally FIFA 19 with names and kits changed and updated squads, and they've said that themselves and fixed a few bugs. So now, um, if you look at all the other reviews and everything that is about, like the reviewers gave this game like a 4.0 and they gave last year's game like a 7 average. And all the reviewers said, "Oh, don't buy FIFA 20. You might as well buy FIFA 19 if you really want to play. If you really want to play FIFA on Switch, you might as well buy 19. But if you want to play FIFA, you might as well play it on the other consoles." And like, I got two problems with those comments. First of all, like, are these reviewers not really understanding the whole reason we're buying FIFA on Switch is because we don't want to sit in front of our big TV and like dedicate the TV and play it traditionally on the way we want to play it? Like, is that whole thing of taking it portably, right? So like to say, oh, you might as well just go play it on those other platforms, you're kind of missing the point of why we got a Switch in the first place. That's the first point. The second point, they're saying that because this is the same game, you might as well buy FIFA 19. um, Here's the problem. We've been talking about Nintendo tax all day. All day we've been talking about Nintendo tax, right? Or like all week about how Switch games hold their value like crazy. So I was doing some research. Let's say FIFA 18 on PS4 or Xbox used or like even probably new. Do you know how much you can pick it up for? A couple of bucks or a couple of pound. A couple of bucks or a couple of pounds. Chat. You could probably pick it up secondhand for about £2 to £3. FIFA 18 on Nintendo Switch goes for around 20 bucks, £20, something crazy like that. Now, if that doesn't show you Nintendo tax or like, the console is very collectible, or even maybe, I don't know, the market knows, wait, there's no other portable football game out. But that is it. I literally was like, oh my God, that's insane. So it holds its value like crazy. And is the same story is true with FIFA 19. So when the reviewers are saying stuff like, you might as well go buy the old version because it's basically the same game, I'm like, dudes, did you not go check the market? It's holding its value like crazy. So I think FIFA 20 is like what, 40 quid, 40 bucks, 50 bucks, and the 19 is probably like 5 to 10 cheaper. So I can't even in good conscience say go get last year's game because it's basically the same game. If I'm actually being 100% honest with you, and you're like me and you really really want to play FIFA, I would say the smart thing is buy 20 on offer because I don't think it's worth the price it is. Buy it on offer somewhere just so you can sell it back or used or whatever, because you'd probably make your money back because that's how much it holds its value. Does that make sense? So, and like, so the last thing reviews have said, oh, it's just squad updates and kit updates. And, but like, if you know anybody who plays FIFA, I'm talking about me personally now, half the time I come to this game every year is really and truly incremental updates. I come for the squad updates and things like that. Um, so that's like kind of what we come for. So I'm not. So now let's get back to the main problem. Like one, they called it Legacy Edition and didn't do nothing with it. So let's get into the crux of this. The main problem is because of Nintendo tax and everything, and because how Switch games hold their value. What they should have done, they should have released this game at half the price. This should not have been a full price game. Like we still couldn't have let them get away with it, right? Say you put out a new game and it's just squad updates, right? You obviously that's still not cool, but at least what they could have done is either sell this game at half price or put it as an update for current people who own FIFA 19. Do like a in-game patch or something, or like you can upgrade it to FIFA 20 and it's like the kits and all that have been updated and the music has been updated. I think the music's been updated actually. Because then that would have solved a lot of the problem where, like, if this come out on like current gen consoles, like the market would have adjusted itself fairly to say, oh, this ain't the best. This is just like a port of last year's game, and it would have. Hold on, check me a sec. All right, 1 second. Where was I? The market would have adjusted itself correctly for those versions because one, there's that many copies out there. Those versions don't hold their value, so it would have just like not done as well. But because of how Switch games hold their value and all that, it just makes it hard to buy games secondhand or cheaper or wait till they go on offer. So even if you really want to play FIFA on portable, which I basically do, and if I do, I know there's loads of people who do because that's the point of the system. That's the point of the Switch, right? Like, it's not a good solution to say go buy last year's game or wait till this game drops because that just doesn't happen. So EA should have known this, and it should have been on EA because of that. To okay, you literally put out a port of last year's game, which you've admitted to. Fair play to them, they've 100% admitted to that. Um, but like, then if you know that, then why put it out as a full price game? And it would have also helped with the how the market is for FIFA games on the platform. If you would have released FIFA 20 at half the price, it would have cut the price. It would have cut the price of FIFA 19 and FIFA 18 accordingly as well. Because if the latest game is selling for half the price, then nobody can't get away with selling 19 or 18 for like 20, 30. Does that make sense? So maybe then if you wanted to buy 19 or 18, or it would have been cheaper for you. But as it stands now, is like you can't really recommend to buy the older games because they're just too expensive, and they're holding their value like crazy. So that's what's going on with this game. Now we got to talk about like why did they put out FIFA 20 and they literally have done nothing to it. Like I hope that when next year's game comes out, is gonna be okay. We needed a 2-year development cycle, which is what basically FIFA fans, if I be honest with you, is what we want, right? We're like deep down, we're saying don't churn them out every year. Do a 2-year development cycle, and because anybody who plays FIFA on consoles knows, like even if you buy it every year, every 2 years is when you get like big changes, right? So um like, and most of us that are buying FIFA, like obviously I'm getting review copies, so I'm checking them out every year. But most of us who are buying FIFA are like doing it every 2 years, right? Because we know that's when the big changes come. So let's say this is the reason that they've done nothing to this game, and maybe they finally realize now that the Switch is selling like crazy. So we've got to put some development effort behind it. And I'm not saying they didn't, because they, fair play to them. They decided to make FIFA for the Switch because Konami's nowhere to be seen. And we know what happens with competition, right? Competition always helps to make better games, and there is no competition. So I'm not saying no effort because it obviously does take effort to bring this to Switch because Konami never. So I hope that's what they're doing, like behind the scenes. They're doing a 2-year dev cycle, and like next year's game is gonna really be because FIFA 20 on like current gen consoles is actually like a big step. They've got the street football mode, and they made like a lot of like they've introduced a lot of stuff now. But obviously, so this is like FIFA 19, but it doesn't even compare to FIFA 19 on like its bigger brother versions. So it's even behind on that version. Um so I hope like my deep down hope is that they finally realize that and we get like a big solid proper version of FIFA next year. But as it stands, if you're a football fan and you want to play FIFA portably, this is your only option. And I'm not gonna go crazy. I should be mad and I say, well, literally this is FIFA 19, so that's why the game is getting review bombed, rightfully or wrongfully so. And like reviewers have given it a 4, and it's getting review bombed like to 2s. But this is my first FIFA game that I'm playing portably. Me personally, I like if we're giving last year's game a 7, and with what this is, like if I'm being realistic to say, oh, this is a FIFA game portable, and like I want a FIFA game portable because I don't want to sit down in front of my big TV and consoles, like I said before, I would probably give this a 6. But even then, it's a 6 on Switch. And because I want to play FIFA portably, I want to be watching Arsenal play and also be playing Switch FIFA. Like, it's a unique experience that you can't get nowhere else. So I hope next year that they're on a 2-year dev cycle or something. And they did wrong to put this out as a you know FIFA 20 whatever. At least they said it was Legacy Edition, so they let us know up front. But it would have been great if they would have give one, let us upgrade 19, and two, not release it as a full price product. That's where I think everybody is right to be super mad at. That was just like that is not cool in my personal opinion. That's what is like, nah, like you shouldn't have done that. And like I discussed before about how the market is on Twitch and everything, it would have helped with a lot of that as well. That is crazy that FIFA 18 sells for like $2 to $3 on every other system, and it's still holding its price at like $20 on Twitch. Because either the market's smart, or like scalpers. I don't know. I don't know what the reason is. Like why? Like maybe like maybe they had to release it at full price because they know they hurt their sales of uh their older games. Like I don't know. I can't see sales there, right? Do the older games still sell? Or is it just the used market? I didn't actually know. Once the new FIFA comes out for anything, right? I'm assuming they're not like the older versions are not selling, right? The people who are buying the older versions, that's just like the used game market. I like so maybe they just don't care about that stuff. Yeah, it's like a hard thing for us as content creators to even review and check out this version because it is in a weird place, right? Like you got a review on its merits of, ooh, this is cool. There's a mobile FIFA game, and that's what I'm gonna look at. But there's this whole other thing going on that everybody who wants to buy FIFA, because so many people have been talking in chat today about, oh, you're gonna cover FIFA, tell us about FIFA. But this is like stuff you should also be aware of, you know and at the same time, I can't wholeheartedly say, yo, you should buy this game full price, but I definitely cannot say you should go buy FIFA 19 because it's too expensive. So like you're in a catch 22 situation. What you do? You want to play a football game on portable? What do you do? Like I was gonna say, oh, you just stop playing those games. Yeah, that's not, bro. I want to play. I want to play a FIFA game. What do I do? So you're left at the only thing I could advise is like one, let's hope that like they're on a 2 year some kind of, like, this is just my theory. I don't know any of this. Like that would be the only thing that makes sense. Because it couldn't be that they're fully ignoring the platform now because Twitch has had his best year ever and is like selling like hotcakes. So either we get a fully fledged, um, proper like actual, big update for FIFA 21, But that's a question for next year. Uh, I mean, yeah, I suppose the only other thing I could advise is like if you have got a Switch and you really do want to play a football game, maybe wait it out a year and see what happens. Maybe next year's game is like fully fledged out. But if next year is just an incremental update again, at least that way you know what you're getting into. Then, um, even with all that said and done, even with me knowing all that, and it's gonna follow this similar pattern that I've been saying for all of the Switch coverage that we've been doing for the past week, chat. I can't see myself playing FIFA on my bigger brother consoles because the convenience of me playing manager mode or me having a quick kickabout on portable is just too much. It's just there. It's just like there's been loads of times I'm like, I'll just do a little bit of management. I'll just play a little bit of regardless of how you feel about Ultimate Team. I'll just play a little bit of Ultimate Team. I don't really, other than like, oh, the music sounds good, so I wouldn't mind it blasting on my big TV. That's the half the reason I haven't played that much FIFA in the last year and a half. Is I can't bother to just boot up on my big TV. I'd rather have something else going on there. So the Switch is such a it's such a good device for that. So more people need to take advantage of this because we've had it on PlayStation Portable and PS Vita and like a Game Boy. Like there was been FIFA versions on portables before, but never so close to the console experience, right? And then the last thing I gotta talk about, like I've got this dream of we're almost there, right? Of portable FIFA and everything. You still have to contend with, and this is not EA's fault, and this is not FIFA's fault. I'm like my hands are too big, so I feel like the Joy Cons just don't really like. Even though I said I want this dream of portable and everything, yada yada, quick game of FIFA on the go. The Joy Cons are the sticks are just too small. Like they just haven't got enough movement and throw. Like I was playing it on the sticks and then I docked it and I played it on the sticks again and then now I've got my let's just say pro controller because that's the conversation for now. And then I was playing it on the pro controller. I was like, actually, when I played it on the sticks, I was like, nah, this just ain't good enough. This doesn't, even as a portable, I can't. This just doesn't feel good enough. But then I plugged in the pro controller and I was like, oh, this actually feels like FIFA on PlayStation. I was like, oh, this actually feels like FIFA on the PlayStation. So even though I've been saying like, oh yeah, FIFA portable, this I this is it was the first game that I felt that the Joy-Cons just weren't good enough for the game. And it's not because the underlying game feels bad or anything, because as soon as you plug in a pro controller, it actually feels like I'm playing FIFA on PlayStation. But if that's the case, again though, if I'm not worried about 4K graphics, and I'm telling you, I don't care about 4K graphics for FIFA, 1080p, like good what am I trying to say? Um, a good music catalog, competent and updated squads and stuff. That's kind of what I want. So even then, I would probably buy it on Switch. But really and truly, we shouldn't really be saying that to EA, right? Because we don't want them to do this again for next year's game. We want a fully fledged proper version of FIFA because I understand the bigger brother versions are pushing 4K and all that stuff. That's not my interest. I'll do with 1080p FIFA just as long as it performs well and everything. So yeah, so even with saying all that done, I don't know if it really works well on the Joy-Cons. It works well on the Pro controller. But even then, you can at least pick it up until you're doing your manager mode, you're doing whatever, pick it up, take it with you on the go. Even on the Joy-Cons that it doesn't feel well. I'm sitting in bed, I can finish off my manager mode, wherever. So that's all my is a big one, chat. I haven't been looking at chat. I had to get all these thoughts out. So that's how FIFA is on portable. That's the goods of it. That's the bads of it. That's what is going on with FIFA 20. Even saying all that, I would probably make it my main version, like because that's the whole point of Switch. So I want to take advantage of that. Be sitting in, not being in my man cave, sitting in the family room, like having a conversation, also doing my manager mode. It's just and maybe I'm unique in this. It's just me. Is I have this fix that needs to be fixed. So There you have it. That's what's we're gonna check out gameplay now. That was like a 30-minute conversation of everything that is going, but is you need to know this, right? If I'm gonna play this game and like you're gonna buy it or you're considering it based on like what you see here, this is everything that you should be aware of around FIFA, what is going on Switch. So I'm gonna quickly read a few questions from chat, and then we're gonna actually play it on Switch. And what we're gonna do then, I've got FIFA 19 booted up on PS4. We're gonna probably play it for 20-30 minutes, and then we're gonna switch over to the PS4 FIFA 19, because this is basically FIFA 19. We're gonna switch over to FIFA 19 on PS4 so you can have a direct apples to apples at 1080p being pushed out to you at 720p, what it looks like. Does that make sense? All right, so let me quickly see what chat said, and then that's what we do. Okay. Let me see. Legacy Edition, JT goes, Legacy Edition is basically an excuse to sell the same game, but with the roster update, something that could have been done with a free patch. They've done this for PS. Oh, actually, you make a good point, though. So I just remembered, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, have they ever done that before where they've put out a massive content drop and not charged for it? They have. Because if you remember FIFA, I think it was FIFA 17 or 16 when when did the World Cup come? There was one of the FIFA games, the mainline FIFA games, they literally patched in the World Cup mode, and then they stopped selling the World Cup games individually, and then they, whenever it was a World Cup year, they would bring that mode into the main game. So they have done this before. Like JT makes a good point. I totally forgot I was going to talk about that as well, because I was thinking about this earlier on today when I was like, how am I going to discuss this game and how are we going to go about having a conversation about this game without turning toxic and without going, oh, EA bad, because like that's not a, like you can go down that, but at the same time, I want to have a conversation around this, right? Because one, it makes so we can address what's going on, right? Rather than just screaming, oh, yeah, bad. Yeah, so they have done that before for the World Cup game, so I don't see why they couldn't have. Even if they wanted to charge for a squad update. Why is let me see. Let me see. Hold on, chat. Um um I'm just catching up. Yeah, exclamation mark, give it going on. Don't forget, mate, you got squad update, mate. That's good, is that they have done that. I hope you was listening to everything I said, bro. You can't do a squad update and then charge it, make it as a full price new game. JT goes, I mean, Konami sucks, but PES has always had the better gameplay. If not for exclusives rights EA has, PES would be top. I mean, I it's preference though. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's preference, because I think PES had the better gameplay up until like end of PS2, early PS3. After that, I personally prefer FIFA's gameplay. Up all through like PS1, PS2, I think PES was bossing it. I just don't think they have the gameplay now. But that's a personal preference thing. Uh Let me see. It goes FIFA Street in FIFA 20 is terrible. Oh, have you played it? I haven't checked it out. I think they no one wants to watch Arsenal at the moment, mate. All right, chat, don't dig it in. It's tough. Let me see. JT goes, it's a tough situation because if you feel JT goes, it's a tough situation because if you buy FIFA 20 on Switch, they might say, look, people are okay with Legacy Edition. You don't buy it, then they keep putting out zero effort. JT makes a good point. At the same time, what do you do if you've just bought like I think Switch is gonna sell more this year than it has any other year during Christmas because Pokemon came out, right? So if you've just bought a Switch, which there's certain people in chat with just going, we've just bought a Switch, we want to buy FIFA 20. Like you want to play a football game, right? What'd you do? I can't in wholeheartedly like say you should buy FIFA 19 because I've explained to you everything that goes on with Switch and like tax and Switch tax and so That's literally like your only choice. Let me see. Sorry, my chat keeps scrolling. Mm, let me see. I was just listening. You've not even played it yet? No, we have just having a big conversation about it. JT goes Pokemon and Switch Lite, Nintendo running to the bank. Yeah, 100%. So all right. So let's go. We're gonna let's kick off with Arsenal versus Spurs. Wait, did we do Arsenal versus Spurs on the? Oh, we should actually let's go back. So stuff wise, actually, let me just add, like, so it's got kickoff, it's got online friendlies, you've got career mode, you can do manager mode or player career mode. Oh, it's got FIFA tracks and everything. I've turned it off because I don't want the stream muted. It's got ultimate team, it's got the skill stuff, it's got seasons. So feature wise, it's got everything other than Volto. Oh no, sorry, I got to sneeze. Feature wise, it's got everything other than Volta, which basically it proves, right, this is basically FIFA 19. So it's got everything that the other version, like, it might not do it to the best, like they do it on the bigger brother, like on PS4, whatever. But it's got all those modes other than Volta because this is FIFA 19. So feature wise, if you just came to play football on Ultimate Team and kick off on manager mode, like, that all is in here. After all that long-winded conversation, like explaining what is going on with this year's FIFA and what is this year's FIFA, let's actually play a game, chat. I'm gonna do. Where are they? Where are they? We're gonna do Arsenal versus Spurs. Ooh, we can't compare kits because. All right, I'm gonna give them their blue kit. I'm not gonna change any settings. That would probably adjust the squad and everything. But I just wanna show you some gameplay after all the conversation we had, and I just want to show you that if you're playing at 1080p, is it worth it to make, because of portable, is it worth it to make this your main version of FIFA? Like, if you're like me, you buy it every couple of years. There's, you're not all about, oh, the sound effects of the stadium and, oh, how great the graphics look. I don't really think there comes a point of diminishing returns, right? Until they take massive leaps. All right, so let's get into a game.
Welcome to you all to the Emirates Stadium. Martin Tyler here, along with Alan Smith.
We do Leeds next, chat. The reason I want to do Arsenal versus Spurs is because I've got Arsenal versus Spurs set up on PS4, and I'm gonna do one half. I'm going to do one half, and then we're gonna switch over. Does that make sense? I want to do like an apples to apples. We'll play more games of this, but like just so we can have a quick look. Oh, also I should adjust audio.
Lee Mason is the ref today.
Hold on.
Here's Socrates Papastatopoulos.
Hold on, sorry.
Granit Xhaka.
How we for audio, chat? Let me know. This is a bit hard to. I'm literally got 2 consoles and 2 captures running while getting ready to run.
Aubameyang. David Luiz.
Let's turn it a little bit down.
Papastatopoulos.
All right, I think we're good. All right. We're gonna play a chunky bit of FIFA now, and then
Granadi Xhaka. Now Lucas Torreira. Nicola Pepe. Here's Torreira. Mesut
no
Ozil.
comments about Arsenal and how bad we are at the
Tricky
moment,
game
chat.
for
Okay, I
Tottenham.
know.
They've got some tricks of their own, and they'll be hoping to put them into practice here and get the right result. Lacazette. He's got across to make that interception. He saw it coming.
Commentating and
Sissoko.
crowd noise and stuff is pretty.
Sissoko. It's a real tussle between the two of them. Try and get the ball. Lacazette. He's gone too early.
Is he offside? Damn it.
Now Kane.
Uh-oh.
Possession given away once more. He's cut out that pass. It wasn't an accident. He read the mind of the opponent. Lucas. Granadi Xhaka. Now Lucas Torreira into the attacking third. Tottenham Hotspur in possession here.
You lot talking about Pepe and how bad he's been. We did pay quite a bit for him, man. I don't know if we can judge him on his performances individually, because the whole team and the manager and everything's just been bad at the moment, right? So until we get everything sorted.
Throw for Tottenham. Son.
Oh, almost on goal there.
Hector Berry. Pepe. Really trying to use the full width of the pitch here to make some progress. Tottenham Hotspur in possession here. Sissoko.
I've never liked Ozil in any of the FIFA games,
Here's Dyer.
to be honest with you. I'm a pace whore, chat. I'm a pace whore. Always have, always will be.
Granit Xhaka.
Don't judge me. Actually do judge me, but you know.
That's very good link-up play.
Penalty! Chat! Penalty! What? Oh my days. No, he didn't dive. That was a penalty all day.
Good
Try
skill.
to keep it
Just
civil.
to
We're
lift the
live.
ball there at the
We're live
right
on
moment.
stream. I won't say nothing bad about Spurs.
David Luiz. Here's Bellerin.
Here's Bellerin.
Lacazette.
Sorry, chat. I can't read your
Here's
comments
Harry
while
Kane.
we're playing. I'm gonna get back to.
Foul call
Wow.
against Arsenal.
He didn't give me my penalty and he wants to give that. That was a dive. That was a dive, ref. What are you talking about? Should be an actor, not a football player.
Aubameyang. Well, that's very good positional play, and he's read the situation perfectly with that interception. Moussa Sissoko.
Again, I've got everything on default, chat. I haven't changed
Turnover there
anything.
that
I
we
haven't
didn't
changed
expect.
squads. I haven't changed formations.
Mesut
It's just
Ozil.
so I can do a quick play one game, move over to PS4
Aurier.
version, just so if we can I'm like, not me. I'm curious is like, one, you lot can tell, and also
Mesut
after I've had
Ozil.
a game, if it just feels
Bellerin.
way different. Does that make sense?
Attacking well here.
I just want to know for myself, and it'll be good for you lot to see as well.
Lacazette. And that is the first goal.
Boom.
And it could
Right, let's
be
go.
the one that actually shapes the destiny of the day. Great passing. It is a passing.
All right, I'm gonna try to
game,
look at
and
some
in
of
the
your
end, he's
comments as
passed it
well.
into the net.
It was all about decision making, picking out the right pass.
This is just a reminder that commentary in
See a
FIFA
slightly
games have
different
always sucked.
viewpoint on it.
Lol.
And that has
I mean-
opened the scoring 1-0 here.
Like, do we say then commentary in football just sucks? Because this sounds exactly like
Now there's a chance to
what
attack
you
from
would
the
hear in a
tackle.
match, right?
Lacazette.
Like,
Looking a
don't get me
problem
wrong,
until the
I
clearance
do
was
watch.
made.
I
Great
would watch
interception.
sometime farm streams because I find their commentating like more
He
interesting.
lost it in the earlier challenge, and
Uh,
now he's pinched the ball back.
but I don't know if we can say
Nicola
commentary in
Pepe.
FIFA sucks, or we just like
Now
certain
Lucas Torreira.
broadcaster commentary just sucks. I
Mesut
think would be
Ozil.
the better, more accurate thing to say. Oh, hold on.
That's how to tackle.
I think that would be the more accurate thing to say.
Davinson Sanchez.
And if that's what we're saying, I agree with you. Because I'm not, I kid you not, chat. Sometime I will try to watch foreign streams because certain commentaries suck so much or trigger me so much. I'm like, this match is just going to be unwatchable for me.
That's half-time. Signaled by the referee. 1-0 the half-time score.
Amazon
At
Prime coverage is
half-time,
quite good. You can
we
bring up
have
stats and stuff.
got
Actually, that's a
a
good point. I
low-scoring
haven't
half, but we have got
caught any of the
a team
Amazon
that's in the
stuff.
lead,
Who's
which means
doing
that
the
team
commentary
that's
for that?
trailing has got to They decided to make a change.
Football game. Let me see. Penalty and I think only WWE games have worse commentary. The football games is Sonic and Mario look more fun. Honestly, that football game in Sonic and Mario was pretty competent.
Tierney.
Lacazette. And again, chat, like, I'm a massive FIFA fan. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, before like FIFA 13, FIFA 14, I hated it. I was PES hardcore. And I was like, "Huh, you wanna talk that FIFA to me?" What were you doing? I don't like. Since then, I just don't think. For me, PES hasn't done it. I prefer FIFA's gameplay now. And with everything that is going on with Konami, that's a story within itself. Who knows if they ever have the budget or like personally feel the only reason they're making PES games is because that's the only thing that is making the money.
He's given it straight to the opposition.
Like everything else they've done with video games, I don't expect them to. So right now, like the PES fans versus FIFA fans, it literally does come to preference. I'll be honest with you, but my preference is just this generation and half of last generation. It just went to FIFA. Not even because of the license stuff. That's the whole conversation in itself. What we're talking about right here, right now, is this version of FIFA, comparing it to its bigger brothers, and how does Switch FIFA play? Because looks-wise, this looks pretty competent. I'm being 100% honest with you. This looks absolutely fine. But the menus are static, right? And they're just pictures of players. And like, there's only so much you can do with graphics at like this height, right? You know, there's like it's zoomed out quite a bit. It would be interesting to know when we just in about 5 minutes check out the other version. Like, I don't know if I'm trying to personally convince myself in my own mind. Maybe I should just, oh shit, that was a bad pass. Like, hopefully, like, this is going to be a moot point. If they do the same thing next year with FIFA, then there's going to be no conversation. It's just going to be, like, it's going to be crazy. Like, even if you want portable and everything, if they keep doing that, then, you know, it's going to be a no. But if they make a half-competent FIFA game, do I just get them on the Switch? It's a weird thing to say, but, you know.
Here's Torreira.
Oh, come on, what is that?
Keeps it going.
Ozil, show some strength for once in your life.
Good place to win the ball back there, because the pressure was starting to mount.
Do you think Kane is the best player in the world? I'm an Arsenal fan. Calm down, okay? That's like swearing in my chat. With PG string, family friendly.
And that will be a goal kick.
Wait, Polyman, who do you support?
Granit Xhaka. Tierney. Aubameyang.
Oh, okay. I haven't adjusted his squads or anything. They got him on the left. I should have just put him as. I promised that I wasn't going to adjust anything. We're just going to pick up and play and go. Pick up and play
It's
and
Harry
go.
Winks. Here's a chance to move forward from midfield after that interception. Pepe. Here's Torreira. And out wide, they were in a good position until that defender acted
He's
very
not that bad.
promptly
He
and
could do good
decisively.
passes.
Throw in here. Now Lucas Torreira. Quick header. Found a teammate. And now the shot. Goal!
Ooh.
Off the post and in.
Can you do dead fish? Can I remember how to do dead fish? I can't remember how to do dead fish. I am a Leeds United fan. We will beat the hell out of you at Arsenal ground. He's a Leeds boy, so you'll deal with the both of us if you start shit. I'm not starting shit. I just asked who you support. Calm down. Calm down. I mean, I'm already getting crap from Shun.
Granit Xhaka.
I don't mess with you Leeds boys.
Özil. Aubameyang.
You know what I should be testing? Like if I could just belt them in and they're always going into the net, I should just be smashing them. I'm playing on alternate controls, by the way, chat.
No nonsense defending from him. Christian Eriksen.
FIFA has got like there's two sets of commentaries, isn't there? Like I don't pay attention to the.
Gone again.
Like I feel most of the time I'm playing FIFA on stream or with my friends, or most of the time like most of us are shit talking so much, right? Stuff that you can't really say on stream. But when you're playing football games by yourself, you are cursing the ref out. You're not really listening to the commentary. Yeah, what the fuck, ref? How the frick was that all foul?
Good jump.
And so on and so forth.
Well, he's gone for that corner. Only just missed it.
Tongi Dombele. Christian Eriksen. Well, that'll be a throw. Granit Xhaka. Here's Torreira. Son.
Like with everything that is going on with this year's FIFA, it just makes me more fascinated of what's gonna. And I know some of you saying it's only FIFA, but like this is their biggest franchise. This is their biggest money maker. This is like literally what so many people still stick with. Oh, I tried to chip it. Still stick with EA for. So like, it's kind of fascinating that what are they going to do with the Switch version? Like next year, like I think we're at diminishing returns with FIFA, and the only way they're pushing it forward now is 4K graphics, 4K everything, because there's only so much you can do, right? Unless they like say, oh, the new physics is so good that it requires next gen computing power. Unless something crazy like that happens. All right, so what I'm going to do? Hold on. We're gonna do this live. I'm going to pause this right here. Let me go. Hold on. I'm gonna try to do this as quick as possible. Hold on. 24. We're gonna go like this. We're gonna go like this. We go like this. Go switch. Hold on. Then we go here. All right, chat. Now we're playing the PS4 version. Just to prove. There you go. PS4. I want to quickly resume match.
Stadium, the home of Arsenal. Martin Tyler here along with Alan Smith. Arsenal not quite perhaps the team that they have been 10 years or so ago. Tottenham, on the other hand, making great strides, so it should be pretty close.
Yeah, I think so. Tottenham on the verge of a new era, aren't they, with the prospect of moving into their new ground in the way that Arsenal have done. So, very close affair today, I think.
This is the Arsenal lineup. Bernd Leno
Oh no,
starts
how
in
do I
goal.
turn off?
Socrates
Oh, that's not what I want to do.
Papastopoulos starts with Laurent Koscielny in central defence. Henrik Mkhitaryan plays with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang out wide.
Isn't it
Alex
press D? Okay, hold on. No, we've messed up our trainer. I want to turn it off.
Alexandre Lacazette is the lone striker today. This is today's Tottenham Hotspur team. Hugo Lloris starts in goal. Toby Alderweireld starts with Jan Vertonghen as the centre-backs. Christian Eriksen plays with Dele Alli in the centre of the park. Son
Alright, first of all, what I'm noticing,
Harry Kane.
even at 1080p, okay, both versions are at 1080p.
It's a very good interception.
I was saying earlier on that I don't know how much we're going to notice from detail. But yeah, this looks way more detail.
Koscielny.
And it feels like there's just so much more movement,
On this player,
animations in this version.
2 in his previous match really helped his team then.
Well,
which is like, I'm trying to...
Yeah, I think that's a waste to try his luck from there.
Like, I can understand the graphics thing, but yeah, this feels slower, and it feels like it has way more movement animation.
So
what I'm trying to like think now is, did they build off of the... Did they build off of the last gen version?
No right to stop that.
Or did they, or is it just scalability off of the current gen version?
Here's the shot. Well, it's overhit, isn't it? And it's the goalkeeper's ball. Probing pass from Lacazette. Ozil.
What? Oh no! Have I got alternate chronos? No! This is. Hold on. Why did it switch to classic? I mean, just messing up. It should have done downloaded my whatever settings that they. Oh, this hurts. You're not here no more, okay? You're not here no more.
Corner swung in.
I'm such a. I was such a PES crazy fan at one point. I still play with PES controls. Okay, don't ever question my. I'm not like, you know, oh, it's FIFA already. I'm telling you, like.
Henrik Mkhitaryan. Mesut Ozil.
Yeah, so the first thing I'm noticing straight away, one is the graphics, and we're playing both at 1080p, and second is just the animations. It's just like there's so much more animations.
Plenty of width for the team to attack into, to put them in front. And that's Hugo Lloris at his best. Arsenal have a corner.
Sorry, chat. I'm not reading what you lot are saying. I'm gonna look in a second.
Corner played into the middle. Cleared away by the defender. Papastopoulos. Lacazette. Shots on here. He's blocked that well.
All right, let's pause and let's switch right over. I got to do this quicker now. Hold on. Bam, bam. Come on, come back here. Adjust audio on the fly. We're good. We're playing the Switch version again now. As you can see, Switch. Do match. Oh wait, we want to do rematch. Restart match.
Martin Tyler with me today. Alan Smith, welcome to today's game. It is the North London derby. It is Arsenal against Tottenham Hotspur. Great history and so many games, and everyone seems to be a real story in itself.
Yeah, the res is like
really historic battles, don't you? Going back as far as '71 when Arsenal won the title at White Hart Lane.
The res is way lower. It feels way more arcadey, which basically goes to show that there's less animation, right? When there's less animation, it just feels quicker and
shoots.
He's missed it.
It feels quicker because there's is trying to be is not as real, whatever you want to call it. And it's hard to put into words. Um, it's not helping at the time of day is. Hmm. I wonder, has
Arsenal
anybody
have the ball
done like a
again.
tech test of
Aubameyang.
FIFA? I know like that's probably not what Digital Foundry is going to be interested in, right? But it would be good to know, like tech wise, like what resolution this is running at, like what's the frame rate,
Pretty even game this
all
for
that kind of
Spurs.
stuff.
But
Again, I'm not
if
really
they
set up to
work
do
hard
it,
at it, there's every chance that they can win it. It's
but
a chance.
it
No,
would
it's
be good to
offside.
know. I'm gonna play like 5 more minutes and then
Arsenal have possession. They've won it.
I'm gonna look
Here's
at
Torre.
chat and I think that would give. I mean, this has been at least you know what's going
Son.
on with FIFA on Switch, right, chat? If you weren't informed before,
Lacazette.
you know now.
Nicola Pepe.
At least I've like done my job in that sense. Lucas. Honestly, if you're not looking at it side to side, like I just did right now, I didn't realize that graphics wise and animation wise the difference was so stark. Because when once you're playing, you're like, yeah, I'm just playing football, I'm kicking it about. Until you don't put them side to side, you're like, oh wait, it's way bigger than I thought.
He's played that nicely with a dink upfield.
But now you have to say is are those differences and everything enough? And is it added justified for the advantage of playing it portably?
Space for the shot, right into the bottom corner.
I'll be honest with you, I could do this. I could do this for a couple more hours. Like play a bit of this, play a bit of that, play a bit of this, play a bit of that. I would do a direct switch, but I don't know if my capture card's gonna just freak out.
Again, possession squandered, really.
All right, we can try it, and if it does, we just have to call it then. Hold on.
That's given away possession.
All right. Pause. I'm just gonna go direct flip. Did the capture card die? Hold on, tell me, chat. All right, we good?
Advantage rule played for Spurs.
Chat, can you hear audio? Is the capture still good?
Eriksen. Son. Now Dele Alli on the ball in a wider position, maybe.
I need your strength right now. All good? All right, it's all good. All right, so like that's a direct straight flip. Can you see, like, can you clearly see the difference, right? Wow, it almost feels like a total different game.
In recent times with Arsenal, Alan, there's been a certain amount of discontent from certain sections of the Arsenal support. Lacazette.
And even looking at the audio, it sounds a bit more crisper, and the commentary audio, it seems a bit
fair play for taking it on. Takes a bit of confidence to do that.
Crisper and clearer. And look at all the you can see, like, look around the goal area, you can see the grass and everything coming up. I kind of forgot how decent 19 looks, even though it's like a football game and there's only so much you can do.
Poor in possession, Tottenham Hotspur.
In-depth analysis of FIFA.
Ozil has given it away.
All right, switch right over again. Tell me if it's still working, chat. Tell me if it's still working. We still good? All right, don't score right now. Don't. So also, it's kind of unfair because I am playing on PS4 Pro, and PS4 Pro does render it at like what almost like not 4K, but it's like 1440p or something, right? So that's the 1440p version. downscale to 1080p. No, black screen. Oh, no. It didn't work this time. This is why I worry. Hold on. I wonder what this is going to do. Oh, we back? We fixed? Oh my god, they're smart, and then they're just me. They're smart. Are we back? Are we back? Yeah, we back. We back, yeah. Are we back? Yeah, we're back. Okay. See when you try to do something weird and unique and different and what happens? Alright, okay, let me just make sure I didn't mess up. Hold on. Okay. Not trying that again. Yeah, that's not Elgato's fault. It doesn't like it when you're switching between two signals that rapidly. Can you hear audio chat?
David Luiz. Nicola Pepe. Musa Sissoko. Sissoko.
Can you hear gameplay audio?
That will help ease the pressure. Here's Torreira. Hector Bellerin. Mesut Özil. Lacazette. That's a decent effort.
Wow. All right. Maybe that's the perfect way. Do one more kick. Hold on.
Lucas. And Arsenal have possession. They've won it.
Nice bit of footwork from the attacker, but it was made too easy for him. Poor defending that.
We can tell he knows the game. He had a sixth sense there to get to the right position. Lacazette! And a goal for the goal.
Lacazette.
Just widen the margin here to 2-0. Here's Torreira. Mesut Özil. Real good contest between these two as they
so
possession.
just looking at both side to side, the fact of you want portability, you are sacrificing. Like, let's not look at everything about this is FIFA, like this ain't really FIFA 20, this is FIFA 19. Even if we're looking at this as like FIFA 19, looking at this with FIFA 19 on PS4, it's like stark, right?
Well, he's not far out, but you've got to be on your toes in these circumstances, and he was.
Well, he could be in. Goes off the crossbar.
Oof.
And back into the penalty area. Lucas.
The only thing I'm gonna test more crazy is I want to play a lot more of this portably and see if I can get 100% used to the Joy-Cons.
In midfield, they've got it back via an interception.
It's definitely going to be interesting to see what are they going to do with next year's game. Is it going to be ground up, just like lower res, or is it going to still stick to this of...
It's a good hit. Wonderful goal.
I mean, it's still FIFA, I still enjoy playing FIFA. What can I say? What can I say?
Very comfortable in the situation in the
like
match.
Most people are not going to be in the position I'm in. One, have both consoles there, and two, have both versions there, right? Maybe it'll be interesting to do something like this next year again. Get both copies. Say, yo, EA, I want both copies. I want
Well,
to do
that's half
something
time, and
similar
who would have
where we
expected
can,
this?
obviously graphically they're
Superb
never
from
going to be,
one
but at
side and
1080p at least,
rather
are they
lacklustre
anywhere
from
near
the other.
matching up?
Big gulf, Alan, between the two sides.
Well, there has
Are they
been, and
anywhere
I
near
think
matching up?
tactically
There you
there's
have it,
been
chat.
a
That
massive
was a
difference.
long
And for the
discussion
manager
around
on the
FIFA on
receiving
the
end, he might just
Switch,
have to
what
change his
FIFA
formation.
20 is around on the Switch, what happened, what they did with it compared to last year's game, the costs involved, why some of the information out there about what version you should buy really doesn't factor in other costs. One way or the other, I hope you fully understand now, what is going on with FIFA on Switch. What is FIFA 20 on Switch? The good, the bad, you know. If you want a portable game, what you sacrifice, everything around it. I tried to provide as much information as possible, and you at the end of the day make the decision based off everything you've seen in front of your eyes. This will probably go up on YouTube, chat. If you're watching this on YouTube, leave some comments in the chat. Let me know how you feel. Are you willing to sacrifice all this stuff to have a version that you can take portable? Um, Taking out what they've done with FIFA 20 and FIFA 19, and what are your hopes for next year's game? Do they show it more respect? Let me know. I should no, wait. Before we finish, hold on, you lot. Before we do that, I should you lot I should read your final thoughts. What chat was saying. Hold on. Pokemon. Was there any final thoughts from you lot? Yes, commentary in football sucks. Always sucks. And more importantly, no commentary option. We need another Mario Strikers Nintendo. Let me see. This is supposed to be Frostbite engine as well. They did. It's FIFA 16 engine versus Frostbite FIFA 17 engine. Oh wait, so engine. Hold on. This is supposed to be Frostbite engine as well. They did. It's FIFA 16 engine versus the Frostbite FIFA 17 engine. So wait, so is this last PS3 360 engine? Is still the same version every year with FIFA and only updates the kits and stadiums, that's all? Um, Let me see. I'm talking about FIFA 19. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just saying the Switch version uses the older engine. Oh, okay, so it does use the older engine. That explains a lot. But like, wasn't the Frostbite engine meant to be like super scalable? Or maybe it's not. Don't forget they updated stadiums and players and the transfers. Yeah, we're obviously like they're gonna do updates for players and transfer deadlines and all that. We're not talking about that. That's like it cost them nothing to. I mean, it cost them something to do that, but like there's got to be like just because they change name rounds and stuff, that's not really worth a new game, right? That's not really worth a new game. All right, when we do the highlight and stuff as well, we're gonna cut out all the bits where it messed up and swapping, so it's gonna be more seamless. Everybody on YouTube, so you're just gonna see the full version. So Switch is the older engine. Oh, okay, so according to chat, Switch is the older engine. Would it be possible for them to maybe like that'd be interesting. Like I wish there was somebody we could speak to. PR was like, yo, could you put Frostbite on or like the new engine that is changed on Switch? Because that explains like the big differences we were seeing, right? This is not only FIFA 20, it's just like this is like this is FIFA 16. Do they still do FIFA on last gen consoles? Do they still put them out? Hmm. That'd be interesting to know. Yep, was nice to get the comparison. Thank you, Sean. See, somebody appreciates chat. Twitch is the that was not the easiest content to do, chat. That's content that I've been thinking about for a couple of days. I was like, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna get all that information across? Because there's like a chunk of information to get across about FIFA on Switch, and it's like for what's going on with 20. I don't know even how many people knew about what's going on with 20 and 19, comparing it to the older versions. There's like a deeper conversation about sacrificing that stuff for the portable version. Da da da. How do you lot feel though after everything we talked about? How many of you like let's not talk about FIFA 20 because that's a whole with what they did for it and it's only a squads update. If this was let's look at FIFA 19 on Switch and FIFA 19 on PS4. How many of you would sacrifice all the stuff that you have to just so you have the added benefit of the portability? I'm kind of curious. Hmm. Switch is the older engine. I would if I cared. So if you still cared about FIFA or like, so you would like you don't care that is running on the newer engine. If like we're talking about FIFA 19 now on Switch, not FIFA 20, because of nobody should be happy with that, right? So you would switch over to the Switch version even after like pretend like we was playing FIFA 19 on Switch. You would switch? No puns intended. You would switch? See what I did here? Tetris. Tetris 99. You would? Like when we first started this bit, I was like, huh, I would. Well, I was like in my head, I would 100% would. I would switch. But this is the first time I looked at them side to side. And I was like, wow, the difference is like bigger than I thought. I was like, the difference is there. I don't how much of when we were switching between, how much of the difference was coming across to you lot, graphics wise, or is it because it's a 720p stream, it wasn't really coming across? Because like when I'm playing live 1080p, well, obviously it was a tad bit unfair because I was playing on PS4 Pro and they upscaled the 1440p version, downscaled the 1440p version, so it would have been a little bit sharper. But even then, it was like it would just been a little bit sharper. It's not like the details and all that stuff would still be there. I would if I cared. Cobra goes, I probably would. JT goes, yeah, I've bought so many games again on Switch, like Dragon Ball Fighter Z, and even got MK11 on Switch. Interesting. Difference is those games are feature complete. I'm just more I think I might do the same thing next year again. It'd probably be hard to get 2 copies of FIFA out of EA again. But like it's kind of fascinating. Like, do they get to a point if next year's game is feature complete? I think they can try to do the new Frostbite engine, man. Then do you fully wholeheartedly go over and like buy them? Like I care just enough where I'm like, maybe actually the graphics and the engine is like so much higher. Maybe now and again I do boot up the PS4 version, looking at them side to side. Or maybe you can't justify carrying both versions, right? I like obviously I get press copies. They don't really matter to me that much, but I've got to like look at it from the perspective of everybody, right? No way or people should be, even if you can, you shouldn't be buying 2 versions of the same FIFA just so you could take one portably. Buying the high res version on PS4, whatever, and then the Switch version. Interesting. It's very interesting. I guess we just gotta wait till next year to see what really happens, right? It would have been on them to say like, oh, maybe they should have put out some statement to say this is why we did it. Because if it is what I think it is, and I could totally be wrong, they're like, you know what? We're actually gonna make a like upgrade everything and make it to the new engine or whatever they're doing behind the scenes. Then I totally understand why it's not okay that they did it because they sold this game at full price, but it would make sense. It's kind of what a lot of us want them to do with FIFA anyway. Do it on a 2-year thing so you can add loads of stuff. Um, Interesting. It's very interesting. That's where we're actually gonna cut it. This is going into the YouTube video as well, chat. So now, if you're watching this over on YouTube, don't forget to hit the like button, hit that sub button, turn those notifications on, leave a comment in the chat, let us know what you thought. Hit that like button. Don't forget to come check us out on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. So YouTube again? No, that's okay. I messed it up. You know what I mean? Everything's in the description. Appreciate every single one of you.